Have you had any eye pain around here? Because if so, I really want to share my story because my name is Peter Lamb and I'm diagnosed with glaucoma, and I really want to spread the awareness of glaucoma and tell you guys about it, how I was diagnosed, how I live with it, and some of the treatments I have done and what I have been doing right now and my adaptive lifestyle. So first, let's just go back in time. When I was around 10 years old, 11 years old or 12 years old, I wasn't really diagnosed with glaucoma at first. I was actually diagnosed with cataract at first, at a very young age. Cataract started because of my kidney failure. The kidney failure had me take so much medication, which led to me having cataract. I didn't notice I had cataract because I wore glasses so often that whenever I got my eye exams checked, the optometrist was like, oh, you might need to see a specialist. So that's when I went to a specialist. The specialist noticed that I did have cataract, and moving forward, I got the cataract surgery, and after having cataract surgery, that's when I started wearing bifocal glasses instead of your single vision glasses. So, how did I start getting diagnosed with glaucoma afterwards? Well, with the steroid, I have steroid-induced glaucoma. Because of my kidney failure, I took prednisone so long that taking prednisone so long leads to glaucoma, because steroids in general is not a good thing taking long term. It's almost like a double-edged sword because it can do something good, but yet it can do something bad. So it's almost like a win-loss scenario. So as for me, as I was taking prednisone, it was helping my kidney, but it was harming my vision. So I didn't notice that until I was around 12 years old, 13 years old, that I started to develop glaucoma because I still had eye checkups done, and they noticed that my eye pressure was slightly getting elevated. And what they first done was eye drop medications to treat my eye pressure, my intraocular pressure, my IOP. And I didn't notice that my vision was really getting worse until I developed eye pain around here and here, where you just can't see anymore around your eyes. So when I was at that young age and started having eye pain, and I asked my father to book an appointment immediately to the ophthalmology, I needed to get surgery right away because they noticed that my eye pressure was very elevated. So that's when my blindness started to kick in, because with the eye pain and the IOP being so elevated, I lost so much peripheral vision that even when they did visual field tests, I lost so much of that and that I didn't even know at a young age. So with the surgery, I done the tube surgery, the tube shunt surgery, the Bavard Ockman shunt, which helped alleviate the pressure. It opened around 6 to 8 weeks, and I got those both in both eyes. After that, I had to live with it for almost 4 or 5 years, I would think, 8 years, and then I needed another surgery of that in both eyes. With that transition of having glaucoma and surgery, that's where I started to wear progressive lenses, where you could see three vision: your distant vision, your computer vision, and your reading vision, which is at the bottom, but the side is just going to be blurry in general. So I started wearing progressive as of now. My vision loss really didn't kick in for me until around 14 years old, 15 years old, around there. So because of that time and being also forgetful and having the eye pain, that's when my vision loss really started to kick in. And I really want you to also get eye checks very often, like every 6 months or once a year, because it's very important to check your eye pressure or just to check your eyes in general to see your optic nerve, because that is how you develop glaucoma, once your optic nerve becomes damaged. So that was how I got glaucoma, because of the long-term use of steroids, and then me being forgetful and the eye pain hurting my eyes, which led to me having vision loss. So moving forward and living with progressive lenses, my lifestyle has been very different. Whenever I'm doing something on the computer, I have to really use it on everything bold, magnified. Even on my iPhone, I use everything pretty bolded. And it takes me a long time to read, almost like I'm reading slower. I can't really read something small. Say you're reading at ingredients, it's very difficult for me to read. I have been able to adjust to that by just taking pictures of it and zooming in on it with my phone. That's one thing. Even on my computer, sometimes you can zoom in, and the pointer on the mouse, the clicker, I had to make that slightly bigger because with my lifestyles and helping people around, if they want me to use their computers, I don't even know where the mouse is or the pointer is because it's so small. So I read slower, but I've been able to adapt to that a little bit. It just takes me a little longer and makes my work a little slower. Some other lifestyle changes with driving. I really can't drive the best at night, so it's some lifestyle changes. You can see like flashing in your eyes. That's one thing that's very important, because if you have cataract and glaucoma, I had the cataract surgery, so yeah, I have the lenses in my eyes. You can see like the flash is so blaring at your eyes as well. And even with exercising, I had to change that as well and become more focused on breathing, lifting lighter, and making sure that I don't build too much pressure internally, because as I build pressure internally, it is not good for you. And that's why I recommend for you to also exercise, because exercising does also relieve stress, because whenever you have stress, you start to make glaucoma worse. And that was one thing that I also had to deal with when I had glaucoma, because of the stress building up. So with some of the cons with glaucoma is going to be stress, depression, and anxiety. And some of my tips I suggest is just really exercising and living day by day, just making sure you can take a breath of fresh air and just know that it's gonna be all right. And if you can be able to just be able to adapt to make a certain lifestyle change, it'll be better for you. For me, I noticed that when my eyes slowly got worse, my hearing got better. I can hear better, and I can hear the smallest things, even when it's so small, even with like a very low decibel, so I can hear it. Some things you'll notice change as you have glaucoma. So these are just my tips and my suggestions. And if you have any other cons that you have with glaucoma and any tips you have with glaucoma, please let me know, because being blind with glaucoma is one scary thing to have, and not anybody really wants to live with it. So I really want to spread the awareness of glaucoma and how it's important to get your eyes checked and make sure that everyone knows that you shouldn't have to deal with something that just slowly kills your eyes unknowingly, because it kills your optic nerve, and no one's not gonna know about it because no one wants to get their eyes checked. So I really want to spread this awareness. And if you really resonated with my story, and if you found something of my tips and anything that I suggested helpful, please let me know. And if you could subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I can be able to share more and spread the awareness. Thank you so much.